the immediate aftermath of the election, some people thought that the high-growth tech stocks would sit out the Trump rally because too many money managers would be pouring their cash into more cyclical companies, the ones that tend to really boom when the economy accelerates. Now, though, it turns out that tech's on fire, at least as long as it's the right kind of tech. Take ServiceNow, that's N-O-W to you home gamers, the cloud-based software company that helps corporate information technology departments build their own internal applications, while also letting its clients automate all sorts of non-revenue generating functions like human resources, legal, finance, security, and facilities management. A few years ago, this was a small company, but now it's the leader. It's the leading player in the enterprise IT service management business. Most important, after stalling a bit last year, ServiceNow's stock has been on fire in 2017, and the fire keeps on burning. Last night, the company reported a terrific quarter. They delivered a 1-cent earnings beat with higher-than-expected revenues, up 35% year-over-year, including a monster 52% increase in its subscription billings. Even better, ServiceNow gave strong guidance for both the next quarter and 2017 as a whole. And that's why the stock shot up more than $3, or 3.6% today, to a new all-time high. One point it was up 6. So how does this thing keep running? Let's take a closer look with Frank Slootman, the president and CEO of ServiceNow, to learn more about the quarter and his company's prospects. Mr. Slootman, welcome back to Mad Money.
Good to be on with you, Jim.
All right, Frank, I got to tell you, I talked to a lot of guys in tech today, and they all were saying one thing to me, which is, could you ask him how he was able to do 52% growth? Because nobody has that growth. And one of them guys just said, ask him what the secret sauce is.
Well, you know, we lean in pretty hard. What you're really seeing is a really successful platform strategy in action. We've been working on this for many, many years, and when all the pieces are falling into place, we're hitting on all cylinders, and you get an incredible tailwind. So Q4 was a special quarter for us. Everything went right, and you're seeing the results of that.
Now, there's some great stuff in the conference call. You do this customer service management. Most people I know are fed up with customer service. It's automated. We don't know who we're going to get. We know that once it goes into the queue, you're never going to hear from it again, whatever. You have a phrase in there where you talk about customer service isn't isolated. It's a team sport, and your software makes that happen. Tell all the people who are frustrated that they should be using clients, they should be having ServiceNow where they call, because your place is different. When they bring you in, it's different, isn't it?
Yeah, it is different. We have a service model that is holistic in the sense that it brings customer service, the engineering ranks, the operational people all into a single workflow. What most customer service products do, they engage with the customer, they deal with the symptoms of a problem, but they don't go back into the engineering ranks and figure out why these people had to come in here in the first place and then make the changes to prevent these things from happening again. And that is the core service model difference that we provide. And of course, the IT audiences that we traditionally serve really understand and appreciate this, and they want to advocate that into their customer service departments.
I thought it was interesting also that you have security guys. They figure out the threat. They're able to stop the threat. They know where the threat's coming, but they don't talk to anybody in an organized way.
Yes, huge amounts of money. On average, customers own like 75 different security tools, and they're all sitting at the front end doing detection and vulnerability scanning and enforcement. But when it comes to response, it's just guys and gals sitting behind spreadsheets, running around, texting, emailing. There is no structured workflow to work through a threat resolution, and that is what we do. And it's just unbelievable that nobody has really stepped into that opportunity up to this point.
Yeah, I found that amazing. I wanted to ask all the companies that just do service, what are you doing? I mean, this is ridiculous. Now, you've done some work for Campbell's Soup. That's a company everybody knows. Is it the kind of thing? Is it customer service? Is it security, that kind of thing?
Yeah, it's very typical in the sense that we started out with Campbell's Soup on the IT front, and they have gradually moved into all their other service domains. So human resources, facilities, finance, and so on. So they really have caught on to the overall platform play and say, look, this is how we manage work, inside our enterprise, instead of relying people running around email, text, and so on.
Now, on that last IBM call, and I like the IBM call very much, and I'm close to those guys, they did a lot of good things, but I think some of their strength this quarter must have been because they're teaming up with you. What do you do with IBM for a customer?
Well, you may have heard me say in the past that IBM was sort of slow to come along, relative to some of the other major integrators that we have, like Accenture and CSC, who've been big with us for a long time. And this quarter, IBM has really stepped up big, and we're really thrilled to have that partnership with them. They are the largest global systems integrator in the industry, and we really need to have that relationship with them. So we provide the software, they provide the implementation services.
Last question. You talk about in this conference call, you talk about 10,000 customer instances where you leverage machine intelligence, and you talk a lot about this DX continuum, data scientists building predictive models. This is new for you, or you always kind of had it, or are you now just going all in?
No, it's not entirely new. Obviously, we've been doing flavors of that sort of thing for some time, but we're stepping it up. We made the acquisition. We now have a whole team of data science experts. And the real big change, Jim, that is happening in our business, it used to be that systems were there in support of people. That is now inverting. People are going to be there in support of systems. Systems are going to be doing the work, and people are really hanging back. So that is a complete change. And that means that systems have to become much smarter. They have to be able to make decisions on their own. And in order to be able to do that, they have to be able to understand patterns. And for example, in our business, we have to be able to do auto routing and assignment. Those are things that people used to do. Systems are going to be doing it going forward. And those are direct one-to-one savings for our customers. They can really thin out their service desks in terms of staffing.
Well, I got to tell you, it's working. This was a magnificent quarter, the fastest growth of any of the tech companies that I follow. That's Frank Slootman. He's Chairman, President, and CEO of ServiceNow. Great to see you, sir. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thanks, Jim.
All right, if you want a admittedly higher risk but incredible growth engine, it is ServiceNow. This was an amazing quarter. Mad Money's back after the break. Booyah! Jim Cramer here from Mad Money. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube. Click here to subscribe and get the jump on my exclusives with CEOs, plus market news, investing advice, and a whole lot more.